Welcome to Darkest Hour spoiler-loaded review. If you haven't seen the spoiler-free section, you should, so click on the card here and then come back here. There are 3 scenes in this movie that I love. Spoiler alert! Hi, I am Javier and this is the Geek Filter. Watch until the end for my extra thought on the film. There are tons of aspects that would make a scene good, but these 3 picks are, in my opinion, very well-rounded regarding the storytelling. I mean, every element of the scene has a part in the development of the story. First is the scene when Churchill is appointed by the king as Prime Minister, the first one between them. This is the other scene I mentioned in the previous video. We know the king doesn't like Churchill, and we'll learn in the next scene that he doesn't like him back either. The dialogue is subtle but powerful. We can see through the words that neither one of them likes the other, but they agree to work together as good British gentlemen. Also, on screen, each one of them is standing between the light that shines through 2 different windows, telling us how these 2 men are in separate worlds and how differently they think and act. Also, the concept of light shining upon them could be a reference to the power they both hold, like something divine, or something like 2 gods among us. Another one of these great scenes is, funny enough, the last one between the king and the Prime Minister inside his cluttered spare room. In this scene, the king tells Churchill he has his full support for whichever way he thinks fit to lead the country. This comes at a time where Churchill is very confused about what to do next, either beginning the peace negotiations or finding a way to fight back. This is when we see our hero be empowered by his mentor or more powerful ally, in this case, the king. I will discuss the screenwriting point of view of this moment in my exclusive additional comments video, only available for my patrons. Up until this point, the king had not been an ally, but something like a disciplinary supervisor, so that's a nice twist. And the room in which the conversation happens is a reflection of how Churchill feels right then. Confused, disorganized, messy. The other scene that caught my attention was the one when Churchill talks to Franklin Roosevelt, current president of the United States. Specifically, the last seconds of that scene in which we see Churchill in the toilet, enclosed, alone, with no allies whatsoever. Roosevelt just denied him the help he desperately needed. And zooming out from this location, we get the idea that he is somehow trapped in this familiar and private room, just as he is in the political situation he's in. Furthermore, I wanted to comment on the family reunion to celebrate Churchill's appointment as Prime Minister. It is the only time we see the whole family, and I think there's a reason for that. In her speech, Clemmy, Churchill's wife, tells her son and daughters that their father has always put his life as a public servant first. She doesn't show regret of any kind or grudge against it, but flips that otherwise awful remark upside down and shows him the support of his whole family. This is important because from this moment on, we disregard the participation of his family in the rest of the movie, and the only way they keep being part of it is through his wife, Clemmy. She represents her family, and when she doubts, they doubt. When she gets angry, it's because they got angry. I think it is a nice parallel that allows us to concentrate on Churchill's job, but still see him as a regular human being. On top of that, this adds some depth to Clemmy's character. It gives her a background to support her. Extra thought, I don't know if you have seen my Dunkirk videos yet, but the Darkest Hour scene that shows the civilian vessels is way more accurate than Dunkirk's, and it's closer to what I expected of it. So what do you think? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more film reviews on the Geek Filter. And be sure to check out my Patreon page where there's exclusive spoiler-loaded content with even more comments about each film. Thanks for watching. Bye!